Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Bilbao Revival, episode number 10. Yes, we're in double figures already in this series. A little bit of catch up too. We played 2 games since we last met, and then we're going to go straight in to the 2 games today. So, what's been happening since we last met? 2 really disappointing 0-0 draws. One which I think is, look back at it's probably a good draw, to be fair, away at Sevilla. But as you can see on the right hand side here, majority of the players just didn't perform. Adri's on a 6.4, Monain 6.6, Iñaki Williams on a 6.6. So all of our attacking flair just didn't hit the mark on the game so far, and it was just a horrible game to sit and watch. We absolutely got dominated by Sevilla, as you can see here. 11 shots, 8 on target to our 7 and 2. We had more possession, but doesn't really do much, to be fair. But then more disappointing was a 0-0 draw against Alaves, who are in the bottom 3 in La Liga this season. But again, Monain on a 6.3, Adri's on a 6.5, Iñaki Williams on a 6.7. So again, some of our attacking players just didn't come and do the business for us, unfortunately. So where does that leave us in the league? That leaves us second in the league, behind Madrid on goal difference. They have slipped up over the last couple of weeks, so as well, which has kind of helped us, to be fair. So when we drew with Alaves, they actually lost to Celta Vigo 2-1. So that's a massive turn up for the books. Barcelona also slipped up against Malaga 1-0. And then this past week, they then lost the Madrid derby 2-0 to Atleti for this week. And then Leganés drew with Barcelona as well. So Barcelona a massive 8 points away from the Champions League spots, which is huge going into the latter half of the season, even though Luis Suarez has got 18 goals for Barca. But yeah, both Madrid and Barcelona both slipping up this week. So if we win today, we go top by 3 points. And Madrid still have that game in hand against Levante going forward. But could be a really big weekend for us if we beat Deportivo La Coruña in this game. So who is going to be in the starting lineup? As you can see, it made a few changes. Kepa stays in goal. Monreal, Martinez, Nunez and De Marcos are the back line. Beñat and Rico are in the middle. Interaspe had a little bit of a hiccup. He got injured yet again, so he's going to be out for another couple of days, but I'm not going to rush him back this time. Because of his poor form, Monain gets dropped and Aga goes in on that left hand side. Raul Garcia in behind Adri's and Iñaki Williams on that right hand side with De Marcos. So let's submit that team and let's go and play Deportivo La Coruña. So players in their side, Crondelli's a really good player. They've got Lucas on loan from Arsenal, Bakali on that left-hand side as well. So they've got some really good attacking players on the bench. Carlos Gil, ex-Aston Villa. So they've got a lot of players that can do the business for us, to be fair. I am going to say, and what am I going to say? Passionately say, I'm expecting you to deliver today, because the last couple of games have been atrocious. I tell you now, they've been so boring to sit and watch, and I tried everything in game to try and mix it up and try and attack from the off, and it just didn't work, especially against Alaves, who were bottom 3. I attacked literally from minute 1. We absolutely battered them. 22 shots, 24 shots on goal, but just couldn't break them down, unfortunately. And hopefully we can come to Deportivo and actually get a result here. 20 minutes gone. Aga gets the ball in. Rico back to Aga, gets the ball into the back post, into Iñaki Williams, but Bakali's now going to come forward, and that's a loose pass from him, and Aga picks up that ball. Rico now goes back to Nunez. Nunez is going to take his time, goes back into Rico, out to Iñaki Williams, and he's going to drive forward past that left back. He's got pace to burn, whips it into Adriz, and that's a good save, and he hits the post. That's what I mean. We're just not clinical enough. We're not finishing these games off, unfortunately. Adriz, great header first time, keeper parries it, and then he hits the post on the follow-up. For someone like him, he should be finishing that 9 times out of 10. It's just horrendous. Bakali now, good first touch, goes on the outside, goes for the shot. Kepa, great save, pushes that ball wide, and it's a corner for Coruña. We're going to get that ball in by Crondelli, but doesn't go very far. Bakali now driving forward into Emre Clock, but that is high and wide from the Turk. Aga now down this left-hand side into Beñat, and now he's going to find Raul Garcia in behind the back line, and Monreal drives forward. That's a good tackle by Crondelli, and Sidney, he's going to launch that ball forward to Lucas. Monreal's out of position. Lucas is going to drive forward, and that's why Arsenal let him go. Just not hitting the target from that position. That is going to see us through to half-time. Aga's lost a little bit of possession, but all in all, keep going out there. We can win this one, boys. If we don't score, that'll be our third game on the bounce where we've not scored a goal. And we might have to look into the tactics, look into what we can do to change this up. Aga now down this left-hand side from Monreal into Raul Garcia, and he goes over the top to Adriz, but his legs just aren't going to get there, and Sydney going to launch that ball clear, but Monreal's going to pick up the ball into Beñat. Good first time pass into Aga, back to Raul Garcia, back to Aga again. He does have a little pace from that right hand side. He's going to whip the ball in. Adriz is there, and that's a great tackle by Sydney, and he's going to get that ball clear. Juanfran is, but Monreal picks up the ball into Raul Garcia again. Raul Garcia out to Iñaki Williams, and that's a lovely turn on his left back. Can he whip the ball in again? Yes, he can. Raul Garcia is there, and that's just over. Thought it was in. Lovely header from Raul Garcia, just over. 3 changes made. Few youngsters on the pitch now. The youngsters done us a really good job so far, but it doesn't look like we are going to be winning this game because we're coming into the final 10 minutes now. Nothing really happened since those changes have been made. 5 minutes to go. It looks like it's going to be our third 0-0 in a row. 2 minutes to go now, and that is going to be it. This is going to be the final whistle. Ref blows for full time. 3 0-0s on the bounce. Something not quite right in this Bilbao side at the minute. But we now have to go away to Galatasaray. Really tough away tie in the Europa League. And hopefully come out with something other than a 0-0. Before we get to the Europa League first leg, Madrid have played their game in hand against Levante. And they have just lost it. So all games now are square. Madrid, everybody's on 28 games. Madrid have lost their game in hand against Levante. Pazzini with a goal on the 14th minute. And they're in a bit of bad form themselves. If you have a look at the schedule, lost their last 3. And haven't scored in the last 2. Bit like us, really, to be fair. So everyone at the minute seems to be faltering in La Liga. And yeah, it's going to make the league title race a little bit fruity, to be fair. Valencia on 58 points. Only a few points behind us and Madrid. Atleti are on 55. Barcelona all the way down in 7th on 47. So could be a very, very entertaining finish to the La Liga season. But as I said, going to get into this next game against Galatasaray in the Europa League. Here we go then, first leg of the second knockout round in the Europa League. Galatasaray versus Bilbao in Turkey. This is going to be the side against Galatasaray. Kepa in goal. Balazaga comes in for Monreal as always. Martinez, Nunez and De Marcos in the back line. Beñat and Rico in the middle. Aga, Garcia, Williams are the attacking 3, and then Adri is going to give him another go up top. Batista is nearly back. He's back in a couple of days, or a couple of weeks, should I say, sorry. Interaspe is also back in a day or so. Not going to rush him back though, unfortunately, because last time I did that, he did get injured pretty much straight away. So this is going to be the lineup. This is going to be the team. We've changed it a little bit. Going to go standard flexible for this game. Going to go mixed passing rather than short passings. I think that's constricting us a little bit. But other than that, exactly the same kind of instructions for everybody. Let's go into it. Let's see if that changes anything in this game. Galatasaray lineup in a 4-1-4-1. Fernando in front of the back 4. Denaya and Malcon are there. They've got Gomis up top, ex-Swansea. Faguli, ex-West Ham. So a couple of really good players there. I'm looking for an away goal because that always helps in these matches. 100%, especially with the first leg being away in Turkey, and then we can have a little bit. Our home form is better than our away form, and a little bit more of an easier second leg. We kick off. We're in our black and red. They're in their kind of traditional yellow or gold and red, and they kick off. First highlight to Galatasaray, and Gomis is going to pick this ball up from a throw-in, and he goes into Faguli on wearing number 89, whips the ball into the back post, and Gary Rodriguez is there. 1-0 to Galatasaray, 15 minutes gone. And Sofian Faguli made that goal, really drove from a throw-in, and it's a really good cross into the back post, and a bloke called Gary scores. Faguli driving forward, he drills that ball in, and Gary's there. Gary Rodriguez in the far post. 1-0 to Galatasaray. We're on the back foot. Aga now is going to whip this ball in, tries to find someone at the near post, but doesn't get there, and now Rico's going to pick this ball up. Can he go back to Aga? No, he's just going to hold the ball up. Raul Garcia's there, gets tackled, and now they launch a counter-attack. Fernando into Belanda. Belanda tried to find the left back, or the right back, sorry, but Balazaga does a really good job there. But Faguli gets that ball back, and Belanda again into Gomis. Good, strong, physical front man. Back out to Nakatomo. Into Gary Rodriguez. Rodriguez into Tolga. This is good play by Galatasaray. Gary Rodriguez into Gomis, and that's just wide from the striker. And it's all it's all Galatasaray at the minute. Bilbao not really started on the front foot at all, and half an hour gone. It's a very, very even game, and I'd say we need an away goal. We need to really push this, and say Border expecting us to get to the semi-finals, so we need to make sure we come out in the second half and do a decent job. So 4-3-1-2 is now in play. Naviera and Franco on for Williams and Agger. Williams and Agger just literally weren't doing anything, to be fair, and hopefully this switch up in formation gives us a little bit more going forward. We're going to go to attacking for the final 15 minutes. We need to nick a goal here. 10 minutes to go. This will be our third game where we haven't scored a goal, and we're going to go down 1-0 losers here against Galatasaray. We've changed everything. We've gone attacking, and it's just not worked. Something at the minute with this Bilbao side, actually with most Spanish sides at the minute, just isn't playing right. Adris can't get onto that. Galatasaray 1, Bilbao 0. It's our first loss in a while, and Faguli doing the damage really against us. 8.1 rating for Faguli, and it's a 1-0 loss that we take in to the second leg against Galatasaray. Awful showing here for Bilbao, and we need to rectify it coming in the next few weeks, because we've got a lot of important games coming up, as I'll show you on the schedule. So we've got Galatasaray, we've got Valencia, Madrid is still to play, Barca is still to play, so we've got a lot of really big games to play in the coming weeks and months. And at the minute we're on dreadful form. 3 no wins in 4, no goals in 4, and it's just something isn't quite right with this Bilbao side. We will come back for the second leg against Galatasaray. Can we reverse the tie and get a win out of that? And then we'll also bring you Valencia in the second game of that episode. Hopefully, in between that, we'll find out exactly what's going on with this side. But that's it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out on any more content coming forward. And until next time, when we bring you the second leg of the Europa League tie and a massive game in the league against Valencia, I'll see you soon.